to yet another incredible masterclass brought to you by Artium Academy. I am RJ Lavanya, and to begin with, I'm going to tell you a little about Artium Academy. It's a space for music education with an aim of delivering gold standard for learners from across the globe. Artium offers different courses starting with classical vocals and popular film music using technology in a one teacher, one student format by certified hand-picked teachers who are trained by maestros. Artium boasts of a strong academic board that has maestros who have put together a curriculum that delivers a performance-based outcome to the learners associated with Artium. The collective years of experience of the maestros and a strong training process makes music learning very special at Artium Academy. Artium promotes its talent through its fortnightly showcase event where students perform and are advised by the Chief of Pedagogy, Sri Ananth Vaidyanathan ji. Ananth ji will join me shortly, but before that, we're going to have a performance by one of our teachers. I welcome Amrit Narayan into the session. By the way, we've got 99 people with us in the session, 100 right now. Welcome each of you who are with us on the session. And I also welcome Amrit Narayan. Hi Amrit, good evening.
Hello.
Yes.
Sudha Sindhor Madhye Sudha Sindhor Madhye Suravita Pivati Parivrite Sudha Sindhor Madhye Suravita Pivati Parivrite Mani Dvipe Mani Dvipe Mani Dvipe Nipo Pavanavati Chintamani Kriyeva Shivakare 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 Manche Paramashiva 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 Parakanilaya Bhajanti Tvam Dhanyah Kati Jana Chidananda Lahari Kati Jana Chidananda Lahari Kati Jana Chidananda Lahari Thank you.
Wow, what a wonderful start to such a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining us, Amrit Narayan. 109 people in the session, and continue to join us. Do let us know how are you feeling so that we can read out what it is that you are telling us as well. And also if you have questions for our guest today, keep them coming. Right now, I've got someone very interesting that I'm going to introduce to you. Ananth Vaidyanathan ji. Of course, you know him. He is fantastic in whatever that he does. But yes, he is a vocalist trained in Hindustani and Carnatic music. He took to training in the esoteric methods of the late Swiss voice wizard, Friedrich Husler. Ananth ji is a pioneer in India to develop and apply a scientific framework to developing the pedagogy for singing and music skills to a variety of Indian music systems, a task that has taken him 35 years. For the last 15 years, Ananth has been demonstrating the power of vocal and pedagogical techniques over several television channels in India and abroad. His vision is to create a generation of music trainers who can understand and apply vocal science in conjunction with music styles and teaching methods. This alone can make this absolutely essential knowledge come within the reach of students and young aspirants. Obviously, that explains why he is with us at Artium Academy. Sir, welcome to the show. Such an honor and privilege to have you here with us this evening.
Thank you, Lavanya. Thank you for that introduction.
Thank you. Sir, actually, let's start off with telling the students
Yeah.
what today's masterclass is all about and what it is that they're going to gain from today's masterclass.
Right. Before I come to today's masterclass, first I'd like to explain what a masterclass should be about and what is the approach students should take to a masterclass. So why masterclass? A masterclass is a class by a master. And who's a master? A master is not a teacher. A master is a leader. A master is a thought leader.
Wow.
A master is one who has expanded the frontiers of the art. A master is one who has gone beyond his or her own learning, who has struggled, who has thought, who has explored new vistas, who has achieved new heights, who has questioned tradition where it needed to be questioned, who has discovered himself or herself, and has been able to define or redefine music in every generation on the basis of one's own consciousness and realization.
Wow.
So a master in music, and masters like we have in our governing body, and especially our guest today, the very famous and charming and incredibly effective performer, super performer,
Yes.
superstar, Padma Sri, Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Srimati Aruna Sairam.
Wow.
So, see, Arunaji is something that students and audiences see from their point of view. But what is Arunaji from her own point of view? And that is something which will give access to all learners, students, aspirants into those secret methodologies and techniques and insights that her gurus handed to her. That's part one. And secondly, those realizations that have come to her through a lifetime of struggle with the art, with tenets of excellence, with setting standards and achieving so much within the art and in the career. Okay? So it can be a rich learning experience. It is difficult to get to even see such artists and to be able to have a masterclass with them in this medium is something students and young aspirants should value very much. Yes, take notes, and when you see this recording of this very masterclass 5 years later, it will sound different to you. You will learn different things. Because as I say, young people, they know that they know something, and they also know that they don't know many things. But they don't know what they do not know. And that can be huge. And as age advances to where I am with my grey beard, you realize that what I didn't know about what I don't know is so huge that one loses the impression that one knows anything at all.
True.
So, young people, hold on to Arunaji's words like diamonds. And don't think of yourself, think of the art. And think of the access you're getting to a great mind and a great star. Okay? So, that's all I'd like to say about this masterclass.
Wow.
Okay.
I think you've said such important points. I think the one thing that I would take away as a student if I were listening is please sit with a massive pen and a massive paper and be ready for this class so you can take down all the notes. 133 people with us in the session and still joining. Thank you so much and welcome each of you to this wonderful masterclass. Ananth, thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
that
much,
wonderful
Lavanya.
introduction.
And now let's welcome the artist.
Yes.
Thank you.
Our guest today has redefined the art of Carnatic classical performance by infusing her depth of knowledge with intense emotional appeal and dynamism. She has shown the way to vocalists of all hues to have the vision, courage, and determination to move mountains and struggle to reach for that elusive zenith of vocal and musical sublimity. She has taken the joy of Carnatic music to new audiences within India and new regions across the globe through Indian and Indo-Western collaborations with global icons like Dominic Vellard, Michael Raymond, Zakir Hussainji, Shankar Mahadevanji, U. Srinivasanji, and Christian Ballman. One of the rare repositories of learning, experience, insight, and personal realization, she is the faculty head of Carnatic music at Artium Academy. Let's get absolutely ready to welcome the legend, Padma Sri Aruna Sairam ji. I'm going to just
I
welcome
had to travel the whole world to learn, understand, and collaborate with the best. Putting together the learnings of a lifetime, I bring to you a unique Carnatic music curriculum. A curated blend of innovation and perfection taught to you by hand-picked teachers, trained and certified in the genre. With Artium, we will make you perform.
Wow. Not just we'll make you perform, but you'll be such a fabulous performer because you would know all your foundations so amazingly that it would help you forever in your life, whatever it is that you pick doing. Whether performance, whether teaching in future, and just singing for the love of what you want to do, you're still going to love it all the same. Welcome Arunaji, what a pleasure it is to have you with us today
Such
on
a
this
pleasure,
show.
such a pleasure.
And let me begin by saying you're looking gorgeous as always.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you're going to enthrall all of us as you always do with your performance.
Thank you.
Today with your chat as well.
Thank you, such a pleasure.
So in fact, I'm going to begin with that question. What does superstardom mean to you today? And what are the qualities required to be one? And what are the responsibilities of a superstar?
Actually, superstardom is not something that one invests on oneself or one confers on oneself. It is something that you, the audience, you, the rasika, you, the listener, confers on an artist. But the paradox is the moment the artists themselves become conscious of the superstardom, it's all gone.
That is dumb.
It goes because the moment you become conscious that you're doing something in a good manner, not even excellent but good, you become self-conscious. Whereas music is all about being unself-conscious and letting yourself become a medium through which the music can just pass.
I think this can come from a superstar only who has gone through all these phases and analyzed herself and come to this point. Thank you so much for that answer, ma'am. What are the attributes of an ideal voice in any culture and genre in general and Carnatic in particular as well?
Any voice, it's all about communicating something, conveying predominantly an emotion, a feeling, a sensation, an empathy, love, trust, beauty, everything. So any culture, any voice has to convey that. And when it conveys it, you don't even have to know the language. You don't even have to know the form. You just respond to it.
Wow.
Now, coming to Carnatic music, particularly, Carnatic music is a very unique form where the devotional, spiritual aspect of music is not divorced or separated from art music. Art music and devotional music go hand in hand all in one bubble. Wow. Whereas many systems, like if you take the Western system, somewhere along the line in the medieval period, the liturgical music separated from art music. Okay, and everything has its own assigned place. But in Carnatic, everything melds together.
Wow.
So then it becomes a vehicle to convey that divinity and spirituality, although it's art music of the highest order. It's also very brainy.
Yes.
But it is also very spiritual. So the marrying of these two seemingly paradoxical or uncoming together elements is the uniqueness of Carnatic music, and the voice has to convey that. So even if you're singing Raga Alapana, you have to convey that. Even if you're singing a Kriti, you have to, even if you're doing Swara Kalpana or Niraval, that spiritual aspect of submitting yourself to the divine has to be there, although you are walking on the razor's edge, so to say.
Wow, it couldn't have been put better actually. So what are some of the good vocal practices for voice development, ma'am?
Vocal practices. Oh, one could have a separate master class on it. And of course, there is Ananth ji, who is an absolute authority on voice training and voice culture. But if I may speak of a few, the first and foremost is breath. Breath, the prana, that is the bedrock of singing. So, breath practice, pranayama practice, every day is an absolute must. Okay. Without that, there's no music, there's no singing. Aside from that, there is the vocalizers, that is, practicing different vowels, a, e, o, u, kara also. So, doing all the varishes, and our great ancestors have given us all the Sarali, Jantai, Tatu varishes. That if we can practice in all these vowels, that's a great voice exercise. Then the consonants, the enunciation and pronunciation of the consonant and marrying it with the vowel, that is a practice. Now, when I say all this, please, students out there, don't think this is a complicated thing and I will never be able to do it, so let me run away from here. It's not like that. It's like you, in the initial stages, it seems like you're wilting down everything to the specifics, but sooner than you know, it becomes a habit, it becomes second nature, it becomes muscular and neuro training, and then you don't even have to think, it just happens. Wow. So it's not something undoable. So there are many elements to voice training.
I think I got one thing from there, which is when you said it almost becomes part of your neurological system.
Yes.
That means that is the amount of practice that you need to put in.
Sure. And you'll be surprised how we as human beings learn very fast. You know, Andagalatara Shulva, it will take you 25 years, 20, it doesn't take that long. Because today we are also doing smart practice. We are not just doing practice. Thanks to technological innovations such as what we are having today.
Yes.
Which is what is allowing us to reach all of you. We can do smart practice so that within no time you can actually learn things. And again, that's why Artium becomes relevant.
Absolutely. Fantastic. We've got 207 people with us in the session, absolutely live. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're talking to one of the finest Carnatic performers, Aruna Sairam ji. And right now, of course, I'm going to have a performance by Prakanya Aditi from Pune. Can we have Prakanya on with us, please? She's a student of Artium. Hi, Prakanya.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We've got Arunaji with us. You want to say hello to her?
Yes, please. Hello, Aruna Sairam, ma'am. I'm so blessed to be in front of you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
What are you singing for us?
I'm singing Maha Ganapatim in Ekatalam and in the Carnatic version.
Sure, please go ahead. We're all ears.
Thank you. Mahaganapatim manasa smarami Mahaganapatim manasa smarami Mahaganapatim मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मानकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मानकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं पापमगमरिदरि सपमगम पदरि सरि गम मरि सरि सनि पम सनि पमगमनि पमरि गमरि सनि पापमरि पापमगमरिदरि सरि सपमगम पदरि सरि गम मरि सरि सनि पम सनि पमगमनि पमरि गमरि सनि पापमरि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् Thank you.
Wow, beautiful Prakanya. We also have Prakanya's teacher with us, Rema Ramaya with us. Welcome ma'am. And we've got Arunaji here with us as well.
Namaskaram, Rama.
Namaskaram, namaskaram.
How are you?
Namaskaram, madam.
Yeah, that was nice, beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very small, very smart, very fast grasping, and the passion that she shows towards learning is amazing.
Wonderful.
Then and there, she wants to finish everything. That is the main.
Lovely.
Highly passionate.
Right.
Thank you Prakanya. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll come back to some more performances. 219 people with us.
Actually, I'm so pleased and I'm so happy to sing in front of Aruna Sairam, ma'am.
Oh.
Actually, she's my inspiration to start my Carnatic music as
Oh, that's lovely. I'm so happy to know that. Sing your heart out, beta. That's a gift. So
Thank
happy.
you, ma'am.
Yeah. All the best.
And I thank God, I thank my mom and dad, I thank to sing in front of you.
Yeah.
I thank my Rema Ramya ma'am. I thank Ananth Vaidyanathan sir.
Oh,
And I thank the whole Artium team.
oh, that's wonderful. So sweet.
So sweet. Thank you so much for joining us, Rema ma'am, and also Prakanya. Thank you.
Thank you.
216 people with us in the session live right now, and if Prakanya has Arunaji as her inspiration, I'm sure she's going to rock in life. So Arunaji, coming to our next question, whose voices have been your greatest inspirations during your life?
Of course, my mother's voice, because that's the first voice I heard singing when I was a child. So, and she was a very good singer. My guru, Brindamma, Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Srimati T. Brinda. I heard a lot of music from Amir Khan Saab and Bhimsen Joshi ji. They were huge inspirations for me. Western classical music, I am deeply inspired by Maria Callas and Kishore Kumar.
Oh,
also.
Ball
So,
champion.
too many people.
Yes, yes. It's a well-known fact that you've had your own journey with your own voice as well, and you've worked with some Western experts and have achieved certain specific qualities that have also contributed to your super success, ma'am. So could you please elaborate on your self-analysis, your work and your success, how it's contributed to it?
I did have struggles with my voice as an adolescent. I didn't know how to manage it. I didn't know how to maneuver my voice. I knew from inside that it was a voice that had something in it, which is good. That sense I did have, although I was an adolescent, but I didn't know how to go about it. So I kept learning, struggling, asking questions, practicing, not very happy about the way I'm singing. That went on for quite a few years. Yes. I met people like Vaman Rao Sadolikarji, father of the great musician Shruti Sadolikarji. Everyone I would ask questions. What can I do? What can I do? And each one would give me a little nugget of wisdom. Then I'd come back home and then practice that for a few months. Just that one thing that I picked up. Then the next opportunity would come. I met Bala Murali sir too. He also gave me a couple of nuggets. So, Andamadri. So, kept slowly improving. Then the exponential improvement came when I met, I was also performing. Yes. I mean, even with that, I was performing. Yes. And not badly, actually. Not to my satisfaction, but not badly.
Oh, you could never be bad, man. Never.
Then I met a voice master called Professor Eugene Rabin. Now, that was a turning point. Because in a few days, he sort of changed my way of looking and understanding myself and my voice. And he also told me to keep practicing, and he said it will take you 2 years of just doing this and slowly getting to where you need to. And of course it happened. So after that, the quest continues. I mean, I'm always curious to know how the voice works. How does it's a fascinating instrument, according to me, a God-given instrument. True. So I'm still learning.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you said, ma'am, that when you met Professor, there was a huge change. So what is that one thing that you were particularly looking for at that time? If you'd like to share that with us, and what did he tell you to do? Maybe that's like an internal question.
That might get into a bit of a story.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it will be useful for students, for those few of you who may have struggles with your voice. So you please know that you have a kindred spirit in me. Wow. So I went to Professor Rabin. I was in Germany. And I mean, everything is expensive from the Indian perspective. So at great trouble and expense, I go there. And after a huge story of he coming late by 5 hours to pick me up at the station where he's supposed to, whatever. And then I reach his home, and we're sitting just like this, me here and he there and his wife there. And then he says, okay, why are we here? What are we going to do? Why have you come all the way to see me?
Okay.
Or a question ketar. So by the time I was almost already in tears due to the tribulations of the whole day and the strange place that I was in and all that stuff.
Yes.
And I just burst out. I said, sir, I feel like a bird in a cage when I sing.
Oh, okay.
And I am looking up to you to free me from that cage. That's all I said.
Wow.
I don't know why I said it, how it sort of crystallized into that sentence at that point. I don't know. But that's probably what I was feeling then.
Okay.
I was not feeling content with the way I felt shackled by my voice, Yes. And then that's when he put me through this experience, at the end of which what I learned is the voice, you don't sing with just your voice. It's your whole body that sings. Your whole body is the instrument, not your voice is a part of that instrument. So there are like hundreds of thousands of nerves and muscles that have to coordinate for you to sing even one sa in Shruti.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But it's too complicated to understand from here. But from your gut, you can get it like in a second.
Wow.
Your body gets it, your mind gets it. And once you get it, you get it. Then singing is like playing.
Wow.
And that's what it became to me. After that, anybody asked me to say, I'm ready. Wake me up from sleep, I'm ready.
Wow.
You put me in front of 5,000 people, I'm ready. 5 people, ready. Anywhere, ready. You know, that came from that body, mind, voice, everything rolling into one.
Wow, wow. What an experience that must have
Yeah,
been.
that
for you,
was
I can
something.
imagine. Especially when you were feeling so contrived and so
Yeah,
held back. I
absolutely.
think bringing that out was something. So on that note, ma'am, we just saw Prakanya's performance.
Yeah.
So a little about what do you think about her performance before going forward?
Sure. I must say Prakanya has a very sweet voice, and she delivered her Kriti very neatly and precisely. She's young,
Yes.
and she will grow, and as she grows, she will learn how to express herself more openly. Right now she's just being correct, but I'm sure her teacher Remaji will guide her, and she will learn to sing with more bhava, with more anubhavamnu cholva Tamil.
Correct.
Anubhavichu, she will get it.
Yes.
And she has to get there.
Wow. So I think she'll also then fly out of her
Oh,
cage.
sure.